For the background of McD Company, McDonald's is an American fast food chain. This company was established in 1940 by two brothers, which is Richard and Mark McDonald's in United States. McDonald's is one of the world's longest restaurant chains by revenue. They have a lot of franchises around the world. McDonald's is best known products are hamburger, cheeseburger, and French fries. The other products they serve is beverages, breakfast, combo meals, soft drink, desserts, and shakes. Next, McDonald's corporate mission is to become the consumer's favorite place to eat and drinks. Meanwhile, for McDonald's had three major corporate visions. The first is to enhance profitable expansion by moving quickly. The second goal is to become a better McDonald's company, and the third aim is to deliver more tasty cuisines to the customer all over the world on a daily basis.
Hello everyone, I'm Monita, daughter of Muniandi, and my metric number is 275594. McDonald's HRP, Human Resources Planning. For McD, there is a goal for HR planning, which is to assess what HR needs to arise for immediate potential worker supply and demands. In human resources planning, selection, education, performance, reward, and employee maintenance are all part of human resources strategy that followed by McDonald's. So, McDonald's has its own aim for the organization, which first one, make the greatest possible utilization of human resources. Second, prepare for the difficulties with excess staffs. Third one is reduce the organization reliance with outside recruit firms. So there are two important key points that are highlighted in HRP. One is strategic planning process and the next one is measurement and analysis. So McDonald's strategic planning process. The McDonald's strategic planning process based on evaluating employees' performance. Employees' performance are evaluated based on their handling towards customers. When it comes for McD, customers are the kings for them. So, how far the employees handling and satisfy the customer expectations are added advantage for their salary, bonus schemes, promotions as well. For development of skill, knowledge, ability, and other characteristics, McD offers productive inspiration, training and development, and reward or remuneration plans through HR expert in the organization. And the second one is measurement and analysis. McD will use the measurement and analysis in a constant basis, which means regularly and frequently. They are always prepares the progress reports that consist of data of HRP planning. So this will result in monitoring and supervising actions to improve the relationship between targeted goals and HR strategy. So, okay, the next one is recruitment. The meaning for the recruitment is the process of identifying and hiring most qualified candidate for the job opportunity in a rapid and a premium approach. So, there are two basic methods of recruitment, which is internal and external, that are used in McDonald's. Okay, for the internal recruitment, there are two parts actually. First is job positioning, which alerting the current working employees to grab the opportunity available in McDonald's. So the second part is succession planning, which is similar to the internal promotions for the current employees inside the organization. For example, if that particular person working as a supervisor, for the requirement, if there is that person having the requirement to become a manager or other executive level, the HR experts will find out the qualified current workers to promote them as the higher levels. So if that person is a supervisor, then it can be promoted as a manager, or a manager can be promoted as a other executive levels if the person, the current employer, is qualified for the promotion. For external recruitment, McD organization more prefers and frequently uses external recruitment compared to internal recruitment. Since McD having its own website, external recruitment make even more easily to many people who are accessing internet to find the jobs for them. So for those who are looking for jobs, can submit their resumes in websites. McDonald's also tackles newspaper, magazine, or advertisements primarily to attract workers for apply job that for the vacancies available. College and other educational institution recruiting also mostly used by McDonald's defined as internship for the fresh graduates, since many level of employees join McDonald's internship.
The third activity is selection. The selection methods refer to the process of identifying and shortlisting the best candidates with the required qualification and skills to fill a vacancy. In short, selection processes are created to meet the specific requirements. McDonald's company also has adapted a variety of selection process. First and foremost, the selection process at McDonald's company begins with the job application process. To apply for jobs at McDonald's, the applicants must go to the company's official websites and create a candidate profile. Then, they need to fill out the online form and need to choose a position that are available. The applicants must also confirm and double-check whether their application was successfully submitted. After submitting the application, members of recruiting team will review it and contact the candidates later to continue the hiring process. Once the applications are received, the next step is job assessment test. McDonald's evaluates applicants by conducting a screening process to determine who will be chosen for an interview. This assessment test is used to screen out those who have the potential to work at McDonald's. Applicants may be chosen based on a variety of criteria, includes their qualification, work experience, talents, and skills. And the third step is known as the interview process. This group of candidates is on the verge of being hired. Normally, it will be held at a major office and will only take a few hours to complete. During the interview, they will ask several questions to the candidates. The candidates must respond honestly and wisely because their answer will determine the hiring decision. And last, if the candidates pass the interview, they will go through an orientation process. During the orientation, the candidates will be given a tour of the company's facilities and may be given the opportunity to practice some of the assigned duties. For example, candidates will learn about customer service and food hygiene. Not only that, they also will be informed of their working hours and the location where they will work. Following the completion of the orientation, then they will be given the actual training. And the last activity is retention. Employee retention refers to the efforts made by employers to keep employees on their workforce. Every organization goal is to reduce employee turnover. Thereby, they need to lower the cost of training, recruitment, and the loss of talented and knowledgeable employees. Retention strategies differ between companies, and McDonald's company also apply a variety of retention strategy. First, McDonald's company provides organizational supports to their employees. They provide extensive training who work in a variety of positions at their restaurant. McDonald's company is dedicated to assisting their employee opportunity and skills. As a result, this assistance aids in lowering staff turnover and turnover costs. Secondly, McDonald's company provides performance-based rewards to their employees. Employees who perform well are recognized by being named Employee of the Month. McDonald's now gives quarterly bonuses to its employees instead of yearly bonuses as a step towards motivating its employees. They also provide medical insurance and health care to their employees, and they can use it when needed. And lastly, McDonald's has offered an employee value proposition that has helped them feel care and value. Employees must feel safe and valuable in their work environment at all times. The three pillars of the staff value proposition are flexibility and variation, people and culture, and variety. These ideas are expected to be taught to the new recruits during employee training program in McDonald's company.
My name is Rajvinder Singh Virk. My matrix number is 276974. For my part, I'm gonna explain the differences during pre, present and post COVID-19 regarding each of staffing activities. 3.1 is human resources planning. Okay. During pre-COVID-19, the human resources planning for McDonald's are different than the one during the COVID and the post-COVID-19. For pre-COVID-19, present COVID-19 and post-COVID-19 regarding the human resources planning, I'm gonna explain for each of them. I'm gonna explain 3 important points. Okay, for pre-COVID-19, the first point is the human resources planning had the concern of getting the right people, use them perfectly, and train and develop them nicely. Okay, the second is the human resources planning can be used as an effective way to identify any problem that can happen. For example, recruiting the best candidate during selection process. The third is it can be used on how the labor is being organized within the business or to an organization. Okay. For during the COVID-19, the human resources planning had the concern on to how to get the right people, use them and develop them, since they have the shortage of workers who most of them got COVID-19 viruses. The human resources planning also came up with a way on how to protect their worker during COVID-19. They will carefully select the worker and only pick the worker who got clearance by the medical professional regarding their COVID-19 status. For post-COVID-19, McDonald's human resources planning focuses on getting the worker who is vaccinated to lessen the risk of having worker shortage problem. Next is recruitment. McDonald's recruitment policy during pre-COVID-19 is different than the one during COVID-19 and the post-COVID-19. During pre-COVID-19, McDonald's will recruit the suitable applicant for the position they want, whether they want to join as a crew member or even trainee business manager. In addition, new McDonald's recruiter will be given exceptional support, real progression opportunity, getting great awards, and also getting their potential associated while working at McDonald's. During COVID-19, McDonald's branches America recruited around 260,000 workers, even though the year 2020 is marked with lockdown, closure of dining room, and the safety guideline of COVID-19. The new recruiter who were hired during COVID-19, whether they were part-time or full-time, will be trained with a new safety and health precaution. McDonald's also had implemented around 50 process changes in the restaurant during COVID-19 time. Post-COVID-19, McDonald's had been seeking kids aged 14 to 15 to apply to one of its branches in America. McDonald's had also invested millions of dollars to increase hourly pay, introduce more time off, and offer emergency childcare as a way to attract new recruiters. They have also used a modern way of recruiting from Snapchat application, and that app is Snapplication. Next part is selection. McDonald's selection process during pre-COVID-19 is different than the one during post-COVID-19 and during COVID-19 time. During pre-COVID-19 time, McDonald's will select the suitable applicant on which the post they want, whether they want to join as trainee business manager or as a crew members. To select a crew member, McDonald's had designed a 3-step application process to make sure that they hire the right people for the job. For the first phase, the candidate will go through online processes which contain some questions. For the second phase, the candidate will go through online job evaluation, and then they will go to interview with the manager at the restaurant. The remaining successful candidate will be interviewed by business manager for 30 minutes in the phase 3. The selection process during COVID-19 is nearly as same as the one during pre-COVID-19, but there is some exception. The first main exception is that the candidate who passes through the first phase of the selection process will be asked 3 COVID-related questions in an online interview by the HR officer. The second main exception is that the candidate who passes through the final selection process will be tested for COVID-19, and if they pass, they will hire immediately, and if they don't, they need a clearance by the medical professional. For post-COVID-19, the selection process is nearly as same as the one during the COVID-19, but there is few changes. The first main change is that all the candidates need to be vaccinated before they even enter the first phase of selection. The second main change is that the final part of the interview, which is in the final phase, will be done in online rather than the face-to-face that have been done in the pre-COVID time and the COVID-19 time. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Rosli and my metric number is 278002. Now I will talk about the human research management issue at McDonald's. The first point is about the human research planning. Right now, McDonald's have facing workforce shortage issue and make the operation is not going well. Throughout the year, the demands have been increasing, and by data, 78 of restaurant owners report that attracting and keeping personnel was their top difficulty. The restaurant also have been compelled to close dining room, reduce hour, or take other measures in order to operate with insufficient manpower. The second point is about the recruitment. It takes a long time to proceed the job apply and causing candidate to become irritated and look for another job rather than wait eagerly for their turn. Hiring employees also bring the another problem when most of the employees was apply are student or minor and McDonald management have trouble to managing working hours because these underage employees only want to work for the part time. The third point is about selection. Even psychometric test is a great initiative that will save the company a lot of money, but the passing rate is still high. The fundamental goal behind this test is to swiftly and efficiently handle and review a large number of applicants, but still take a long time to respond. Now is about to solving the issue. My first point is about the HR planning. The company has taken steps to enhance worker right and increasing hourly compensation, offering paid time off and assisting with tuition expenditure for its employees. Organization also want to hire the finest people, keep them by providing continual job-related training and promote them when they are ready. The second point is about the recruitment. The company will assign a well-trained recruiting manager to every restaurant who is solely responsible for the recruitment process rather than a single manager. McDonald also understand that individual perform is better at work when they enjoy what they do. Thus, the firm strive to provide the ideal working environment for everyone. The company has decided to invest millions of dollars in order to raise hourly pay, introduce more time off, and help to cover tuition costs and offer emergency childcare for its restaurant workers. The third point is about the selection. Candidates that already shortlisted are those who are chosen from a limited group of applicants to go to the next level. Within 1 week, McDonald will contact the winning candidate by phone or email. McDonald also describe the job titles, department, location, responsibilities, work objective, and tasks in order to prepare the job description.
As an conclusion, developed framework of McDonald's goes into a detail how well the firm manages their human resources beginning with the strategic planning. It shows McDonald's professional and organizational culture and leadership structure. So, McDonald's global food business company provided outstanding outcomes which could be achieved by diversification and favorable equivalent profits among the competitors which food based like KFC, Nando's, Texas Chicken, Burger King, Pizza. Lastly, this organization builds extraordinary human resource plans for its organization. Thank you.